Well, it's Dale Calvert. Today is September the 19th. I'd like to welcome you to this week's MLM Minute. I'm just going to tell you in advance that I'm going to ruffle some feathers this week. And let me just say that this has nothing to do with direct sale party plan programs. If that's your business model, if you're with a party plan program, whether it's Longenberger or Discovery Tours or whatever, I'm not speaking to you. But if you are involved in network marketing, there's absolutely, positively, no question that having home meetings or private business receptions as part of your regular, ongoing system that you teach is a terrible idea. Don't do it. Here's why. A couple years ago, a gentleman hired me to come into the company and sit down and look at everything that they were doing and had done and were getting ready to do. And I flew out and went in, and early on, one of the new things that they were doing was they were putting together this whole PBR program, this private business reception program, and he wanted to lay it out for me. Now, understand, this was a company owner who had never been involved in network marketing, who had read somewhere about a company that was having success with private business receptions. And just let me tell you right now, there's never been a company since Amway, and if you can consider Amway as the home meetings, but there's never been a company that's built just upon that model, and I'll explain more in detail in a minute. But anyway, this guy got this in his idea that we're going to start teaching our people how to do private business receptions, and he'd spent hours designing this flip chart table presentation that he wanted me to look at, and these real fancy, way too expensive invitations to mail, a banner to put, to put somewhere in the home, and all this elaborate information. And I told him basically what I'm getting ready to tell you, and I told him don't do it. And I'm always amazed at people who pay me big dollars to come in, take a look, make recommendations, and they do whatever they want to do anyway. And this guy, his ego was all wrapped into this PBR, we're going to do it, and we're going to set the world on fire. So, they introduced the program. The kit has cost way too much. They sell 9 of them in 90 days, and they waste hundreds of thousands, about $250,000 on this program before they get rid of it, when they realize it's not going to work and the distributors aren't going to do it because, again, it was not part of the culture. Okay, if you're involved, again, in direct sales, if you're involved in a direct sales company and that's the party plan and that's the business model, I'm not talking about that. But let me share with you a couple of other things, because I really want you to grasp what I'm trying to communicate, because guys, I'm telling you, it's a bad move. And I've heard all the arguments. Oh, Dale, it's so much better. Why should I contact people one-on-one and give them a DVD or invite them to a conference call when I can contact 30 at once? And see, a lot of company owners have preached that and asked me that question over the years. Why should we teach our people to contact one-on-one when we can do masses and all this, home parties, and how do you think Amway built it, and all this, and I could go on and on. But let me explain. I 2 weeks ago had dinner with a couple that very successful in the industry. They hadn't been in the industry but 3 or 4 years, and one of the things that really exploded their business was they were doing PBRs. And the first PBR, I think they said they had 30 or 40 people, and then the next one 30 or 40 people, and they were having these huge private business receptions that just catapulted and exploded this particular organization. And I'm sitting here telling you don't do it, it won't work. Here's why it worked, and this is the only time it will work. Okay, get ready to hear what I'm saying. It's the only time it will work. They were doing them for a big, big name within Kentucky and really within the nation, big college coach. Okay, if I said the name, you would know it. It's not my place. But that's why it worked. It was a Mr. or Mrs. high credibility, and in the state of Kentucky, probably at least one of the 10 most recognized names in the state of Kentucky, and really known throughout the nation. Big time college coach. That's why it worked. Mr. or Mrs. high credibility. Couldn't understand why it didn't work everywhere, or people don't understand that. The only time that you can do a private business reception, you invite people to the home and you explain an opportunity, program, product, is when that person has tremendous credibility. Now, along the same note, I know somebody that actually went to the coach's home, drove 3 hours, didn't care anything about the opportunity or the product, but wanted to go to the coach's home. So that's what was created during that time. Last night I had dinner with my parents, and she was telling me about a lady that goes to our church, and how this lady was just absolutely heartbroken because she was involved with a new company, had 30 confirmed people that were going to come to this event at her home, and 0 showed up. That's the average. That is the average. In the world that we live in today, when a 27%er tries to do a private business reception, unless they have extreme high credibility, they're going to invite people. The people don't want to hurt their feelings. They say they're going to be there and they don't show up. Especially if they don't know what it is. So, well, Dale, then why does party plans work? Because people understand Longenberger. They understand Discovery Toys. They understand, there's enough companies that they've been to enough of those parties where they've been there before. They understand that. They understand party plan. We're going to have a party. They understand a candle party, a whatever type of party. They don't understand PBR, private business reception. They don't understand in-home opportunity meeting. It's the marketplace is not going to respond to 27%ers inviting people to a private business reception. It's not going to happen. With 1%ers, it can, but here's the last thing I want to share with you, and this is what you have to get. A private business reception is not duplicatable by the masses, and anything that's not duplicatable by the masses should not be part of your system. Period. Say, but Dale, what happens when I do bring in that one person that has all the credibility? If it's the top real estate broker in your community, or if it's somebody that really has major credibility, I might step outside of the system for 1 or 2 or 3 events. I might with the right person. But my point is you cannot make private business receptions part of your system, because it will never work with the masses of people that join your team. It's a quick way to get good people out of the business, because they end up with 30 people saying they're coming, nobody shows up, and they can't handle that, and they're out of the business. I've seen it happen many, many times. Don't do private business receptions. Don't do in-home meetings. And if you do, never make that part of the system that you're teaching everybody on your team. It will not work. This is Dale Calvert. We'll see you next week on the ML Minute.